Understanding local government is not all that easy. We've been talking the last 2 segments how infrastructure becomes the main feature. Now, it's not enough that you have a rice granary or you have a corn granary or whatnot. But you see, you can build all these products and plant them and come up with abundant food stock. The problem is, as we all know, it's called the farm-to-market roads. Now, access is very, very important. This is where infrastructure and the national government should come in, if anything, even big business. The problem is sometimes many of our big business want an immediate profit and want it tomorrow, rather than building it for the next 10 years to last for another 50 years. This is where management leadership come in. Now, to be able to stay resilient, as the saying goes, local government has to make sure, it has to ensure the national government that it will stay alive, it will be determined to do well and to keep the balance going. As our guest, we have Mayor Bernard Faustino D. Mayor, talk about your person naman. I noticed in your book as well na you have been headstrong. Bata ka pa, you're already joining all these JC. Tell us your history with all these
I
groups.
started JCI, or joining JCI, when I was when I got back from the States, and I set up a business in Isabela. So I was, I had a lot of idle time, and my mom was a former JCs also. So she said,
Kaya
okay,
pala.
mag-JCs ka na para sa spare time mo. And I enjoyed so much because it's community work. And I've always said...
When you say community work, anong ginagawa nyo?
We do programs, projects, feeding I mean, outreach programs.
Puro outreach.
Yeah, but what's nice about the JCI movement is it's not a community based or civil oriented. You don't do just outreach, but it's a leadership.
It's like a training program.
Training program, yeah, wherein you're assigned to chair like a project, and then syempre it's a voluntary base. Now, if your people under you in status or have a higher status, di ba? How do you now
motivate them
and make them follow what you want them, what you order them? So I mean, it's a training ground.
But you went up very, very fast. You came in, and in so many years, you were vice president or vice chair, and became president, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, actually.
Is that right? It is.
Yeah. Local, in national, so I started out as, of course, a local chapter president, and then I rose through the ranks through the years to different national positions until I became the national president of the Philippines, of JCI Philippines in 2011, and then I still moved up to becoming the JCI vice president worldwide.
Oh my gosh. Does that take you abroad? May responsibilities?
Yeah, a lot of travelings abroad until I got into
Look at the mayor.
politics.
Which takes all your time.
Yeah.
No, but it does, di ba,
Yes,
Mayor?
yes, it is very taxing.
Padpad ka sa oras mo, pagising mo sa umaga. Tsaka walang weekends dyan, ano?
Walang daig mo pa ang doktor, wala kang break. Anytime they can call you, anytime, they go to your house.
And they do call you?
Yeah, they do call me. When I wake up, there's people already in the house. When I sleep, of course, I let them sleep first, but there's still people by the time I get home. So
how do you handle that kind of life where privacy is very difficult and is very limited? Di ka ba nahihirapan on a personal
siguro
basis?
po, nasanay na lang. Because ever since we were kids, ever since I was born,
Life's been like that. That's what I was saying with your family.
We've been always exposed to people. We've been always exposed to doing social work, community work, and really helping people.
Kasi minsan, ang pasensya dapat dyan talagang malayo, mahaba, at yung understanding mo sa issues dapat mas malalim.
You need to have a patience of a saint in politics, because it's tough.
In local politics.
In local politics. In local politics, it's so tough. Yeah. You really need a lot of
And like you said, you have to be a master of everything kasi lahat tinatanong sa iyo.
Yeah. No offense to the other jobs, right? But for example, you talk to a CEO, he may have like 1,000 people, but every day that he can talk to them every day, but it's only the same wavelength that they talk about.
Tama.
But when you are in local governance, when you're chief executive, you have to be able to know how to balance, talking to this kind of person, this kind of person.
Iba-ibang klase.
Iba-ibang klase po.
Tsaka iba-ibang position
Jack
in
of
life.
all trades talaga. Lahat ng...
Did your training in JC help you to go into local governance?
Yes, it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot in dealing with people, in actually, it's pretty much the same thing, trying to create positive change. As a local chief executive, you'd want to really create positive change. So it kind of jives. Also the things that you experience throughout my JCI career, talagang, okay, babalikan ko na, oh, gawa ko na to, nagawa. You know, there are things like that. Had I not joined the JCI, talagang mangangapa ako. Kahit
So,
na I
miski
grew
pa
up,
paano, magandang training ground.
sobrang gandang training ground po. Sobrang gandang training ground.
Pero ito, mahirap kasi minsan, ang kausap mo, buti sana edukado lahat, hindi eh.
Hindi, yeah.
Tsaka so yung pasensya mo, kailangan mahaba.
Talaga patient sa patient nga po. Mahirap talaga.
Where do you see Kawayan in the next 5 years, and where do you see you in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years,
You want to stay with local government?
Well, that depends to the people. That depends
No, but
to the people.
you also have your family, because your family is well entrenched in the whole of Isabela, not just Kawayan. So may responsibilidad ka rin to the province, miski pa paano.
Yes po.
So
We're
kung may
giving
calling, wala kang choice.
Yeah, that's what happened.
I'm
trying
your
to do the
humor,
best.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised your humor. You keep yourself light and you can laugh about it, di ba? You can laugh at the issue, but you're not stifled. Hindi ka naman galit. Hindi ka naman...
Hindi lang ako marunong magalit po. Pero minsan, yeah. But what I was saying, back to your question, where do I see Kawayan next 5 years? I am really trying, because we just changed our vision of becoming the ideal city of the North. So that's where I want to go, and that's where I want to be in the next 5 years, of really being able to provide all these things that are available out there for all the sectors of community, for them to realize that, oh, Kawayan is a place to be. That's what I want.
Pwede bang tourism? Can you promote tourism in
Yes,
your
in
area?
fact, we're in the process of building our own tourism
Ano yung mga
section.
hubs? Section.
No, there's a portion, there's a land owned by San Miguel now, which I asked their support for
To develop.
to donate sana.
Oh,
Kasi
okay.
hindi pumayag
Hinihingi mo,
donate. But I can use it now. But what it is an hacienda, because like what I said earlier, Isabela has been known for tobacco, and during the early 1900s, we have a cigar. It's called La Flor Isabela. It's very popular in Spain.
La Flor Isabela, how nice the
La Flor
title.
Isabela, yeah, and it's very popular in Spain. You can see a lot of posters now.
Right.
If you go to cigar places, you'll see old posters.
High quality
of that.
yan.
And that is from Isabela. And
Right.
and part of the property of San Miguel that I asked for to be able to be used by the government is the old tabacalera, yung house, which I will make into a museum, and it's by the river. It's by the Cagayan River. So we will put zip lines, water sports along that river. So we will develop that area.
Kailangan pala dyan, so you need a creative approach towards generating some type of tourism.
Yeah.
But you already have hotels, hostels,
Yes,
inns in Isabela, and you're
Yes.
growing more.
We're growing
Mas
more.
maraming tumatayo.
Yes.
Kasi kailangan
Even-
mo na housing, di ba?
Yeah, that's our problem now. It's so fast that hindi nakaka-pick up yung mga accommodations namin. Especially now, we just ended our Gawa-Gawayan Festival. It's a world-class festival. It's a 2-week
What is the
festival.
Gawa-Gawayan Festival?
Gawa-Gawayan Festival is first Gawa-Gawayan means bountiful harvest. In our
Bountiful
local
harvest.
dialect, gaddang.
Gatdang.
Gaddang.
Is that like Ilocano, iba rin yun?
No, iba rin yun. Kumbaga,
Gaddang.
original tribes ng Kawayan are gaddang.
Wow,
So
interesting.
gawa-gawayan is a gaddang word for bountiful, that means bountiful harvest.
Gawa-gawayan.
So it's a 2-week celebration. We had like off-road, motocross, archery, and drag racing that were national leg.
That's tourism-based?
Yeah, it's that all of those. We had rock concerts, we had music
Tourism-based
fest,
yan, lahat yan.
all the things that were happening there. The problem we had was the lack of hotels. That's
Kulang.
why, kulang pa. Oh, and
In
now
spite of sa dami ng tumatayo, kulang pa rin.
Kulang pa din,
Kulang pa rin
yeah.
accommodation.
Yeah.
Sa bagay, pag dinagsa ka ng mga taong bayan, talagang patay. Ano?
Yeah.
Walang lugar matitirahan.
Yeah. Yes. Ang bilis kasi nung, like if SM opens up,
That will just that will just even more
Yeah,
add to the
yeah,
density
yeah.
of Kawayan.
Yes.
And your roads lahat, so it's becoming tight. There are more cars there,
Yes,
more
yes,
visitors.
yes.
How long does it take from Manila to go to
By
Isabela? car.
by
By
land is about 6 to 7 hours, 6 to 8 hours, depending what time you
It's
leave
not too
during
bad.
the
It's
day.
like going to La Union,
Yeah.
San Fernando, La Union, di ba? Same.
But we have flights, MWF as of now, Cebu Pacific.
Buti pa kayo, kasi La Union, wala eh. You have to go to Ilocos Norte and then drive back 2 hours.
right.
Ito, you can fly
fly.
straight in, so it's easier. And rent a car there.
Yeah.
Or a jeep.
Yeah.
Maraming
Marami
available.
naman mga for vans for hire.
Are you left alone, and do you have a team that helps you create all of this? Kasi you have to be imaginative pagdating na tourism, ano?
Yeah.
May
Of course, yeah,
nag-aaral.
I have,
You have a team that
I have
helps
a
you.
tourism officer. I brainstorm a lot with the private sector. I work closely with the private
that's
sector.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Let the private invest in it.
Correct.
Para they also manage it, hindi headache na city.
Yes.
Tama
I
yun.
want everybody involved. And that is why...
Yeah, when you're doing well, you pay taxes. Oh, yan, tama,
Kasi
tama.
sila na mismo eh. Sila na
correct,
mismo,
correct.
okay, we need more of this because you always... they know what the city needs. And that is why I think that constant communication and relationship with the business sector is very important in any LGU.
It's funny you say that, baliktad yung iba, no? Sila, no, gusto ng local government, sila lahat. Ikaw, no, you embrace the business sector. Come in, pasok kayo, develop it.
We have to really acknowledge the fact that the local government cannot do it alone. We have limited resources. We have, if you want to boom that fast, kailangan everybody is involved and engaged.
But Isabela will boom, you're confident.
I am very confident.
That's why you're there.
Yeah.
I mean, hindi ka na didismaya.
Hindi ako nadidismaya because I know and I can see the support of the people. Without the support of the people, their cooperation, their unity of the people, especially in my city, it's the reason why it's that fast. It's booming that fast. It's because of how the people are, the Kawayenyo, the proud Kawayenyo, that each one of them, have a stake and really matter and would want to be engaged in the development of the city.
How about security? How's your security?
Our
I mean, I know Duterte on the other side, magkamali ka, boom! Kayo hindi, you smile, you talk to the people.
Yeah.
Parang you have no issues with security and wala naman. Ano?
Wala
Well,
naman,
we
wala
don't read about it in the national
Yeah.
papers.
We have petty
Yeah,
crimes
maliit,
because
yeah.
we're a city, but nothing exaggerated.
Drugs, wala.
Wala. Medyo, we have isolated cases, but minor cases.
You're so lucky, hindi problema. Here in Manila, my gosh. Basta, well, Davao, no? They really have their own problems. Even Cebu, maraming security issues.
Right.
Kayo wala, I don't
we've-
hear
we've-
about that.
Throughout the years, siguro, it's been protected by the officials there that, we really do not tolerate and will not tolerate drugs in our
Yeah,
not
because
just city,
I
but
don't hear about it.
province.
Wala kayong scandal na nagiging headline news na nagbe-break in that area or growing. Wala. Not even all drugs. Wala, no?
Wala naman.
And crime, gun moving, wala. You're lucky. So everyone's just busy planting, growing food as a requirement for everybody.
I hope it stays that way.
So are you going to go for higher office?
That I don't know. Like what I said, I just do my thing, one step at a time. We'll see. Only God knows.
Mayor, we only have 5 minutes left. What message would you like to give? Kesa ako tanong ng tanong, I'll give you why don't you give a nice message to the Kawaenyos?
Kawaenyos.
Anong dialect nyo doon?
Ilocano.
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 You might want to speak in Ilocano and give your message. Hindi ka marunong Galicano.
Mas magaling ako mag-Tagalog.
Sige. Di, Tagalogin mo na lang message mo sa mga...
Sa mga Kawayano.
Sa Kawayano.
So, again, sa ating mga kawayanyo, ako'y bumabati. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng suporta, lalo-lalo na nakaraang Gawa-Gawayan Festival na napakasaya po ng aming Gawa-Gawayan Festival. At huwag kayo mag-alala, alam ko na patuloy natin sa inyong suporta, sa suporta ng bawat isang kawayanyo. Sigurado ko makakamit natin yung pagiging ideal city of the North. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mayor D. Ladies and gentlemen, if you stay tuned here in GNN, we have this show. It's called Biography, Philippine Biography. The show centers and features certain politicians, leaders who are all nation builders, who build and continue to build their own exclusive areas, their communities. It's not about the politics or the name, the mandates the people get, but it's about the development and the accomplishment, physical accomplishment, not perception, but the real shebang, so to speak. We will be featuring Mayor Bernard Faustino D. in Isabela very soon, as the feature is already being scheduled. And there we will take the cameras with us as we will delve into the areas so you may see for yourself on film what it's all about, you know, if you want to know more about Isabela. It's one of the wayward areas because tayo, we seem to know about Cagayan being at the tip of the north, but then again, it's also where many may want to buy cars. Yeah. But then again, going up north, you've got Lawag, which was developed very much so because of the persistence of the past President Marcos, who developed the highways all the way up, and luckily they were on the national road together with La Union, Vigan as you go along. Isabela is to the right. Now, we do not know very much about it because they don't like to stand out, like you said, and like we said in the program. There's nothing to say when it comes to notoriety, for example, for drugs, gun running, security problems. No, it's a peaceful place, and yet the development is going so fast. Before you blink your eye, baka magulat ka, a city has already risen with high-rise and as well as tourism. So learn more about this. Stay with us. Stay tuned here in GNN as we bring you more features and kawayan together with the mayor. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed the program, and together with you, what we try to do here is to bring critical thought, to make you understand, appreciate local governance. It is all about the grassroots that build everything going up. It is like a ladder, and every time you build, you've got to make sure these steps are very strong. You may fall and trip from time to time, pero kung bumagsak ka, miski isang baitang lang, yung susunod na baitang ay matibay at hindi bibigay. This is what building is all about, nation building. And that we have to thank our local leaders. We hope you've enjoyed our program. My name is Harry Tambuatco. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You are what you watch.